I think you already have.
Yep.
I am kind of bossy.
Yes, you are. But that's your good attribute.
There's your light. Yeah, there you go. I call it.
Yeah.
I call it a compliment.
Yep. Hey, welcome to another episode of Bourbon the Bachelor Podcast, Season 7, Episode 2, Dose. Whatever the French word is for that, too.
Yeah.
But,
Probably some kind
two.
of goofy thing like do.
Duh.
It's
That's
a gay
French
too.
for you.
That's what
And
French.
we are
That's a
in
gay too.
Studio 77. The voice of the uncommon people.
That's the big
There
fat
we
dude.
are.
That's the big fat dude.
The kid
big
from
guy.
Brooklyn.
Yeah,
The
kid
big
from
guy.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But people don't know that. That's the kid from
Yeah, that was
Brooklyn.
good. Yeah, they need to look him up. That's actually YouTube.
Man.
I'm sure he's still on YouTube.
Oh,
He's
he
dead
is.
now,
Yeah.
but, you
he's
know,
dead,
yeah.
but his stuff's still out there.
He probably had a
Watch it.
fucking stroke. 'Cause
Oh,
he
I'm
was
telling you,
huge.
I'm looking just trying to find something on YouTube on how to fix my computer. And I looked at something that says, "Don't make sense, man." It was like from 8 years ago. So, good gosh, no wonder it ain't making sense.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Well, see, man, season 7, episode 2, guys. You ready to roll? Where's Dody Dawg? Where's Dody at? I thought we had.
Dody Dawg is better. He is working an hour away from home, and he's commuting right now. And he said, "Go ahead without him."
Okay. Like I said, we're all about
Or-
lot better looking when he's not on.
Or
Our heads are bigger.
he couldn't be home till 8 o'clock his time. He's an hour behind us. That's why we started an hour early.
Right. Right. Pacific
One of the two.
Central.
Whatever the
Pacific
others
Central
pick.
and Eastern time. Right. Yeah. All three of them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Equator time. Yeah. Okay.
But we got a plethora of stuff to talk about tonight, huh?
Also a plethora. Yeah.
That's a buzzword.
That's not what. That's
Yeah,
what.
you can talk like me,
I think you
dog.
missed a letter or something or a fucking
Yeah, I
vowel.
probably
don't know.
did.
Something was missing there.
I forgot to buy a vowel. I'm sorry.
Man, I
Yeah,
usually
we got-
add letters.
Yeah, so we got a few things to talk about cop-wise, guys. We got a man who was arrested at the Capitol for carrying a machete, trying to get a machete and a few knives into the Capitol prior to President Trump's meeting with Congress.
Right.
So we'll touch base on that. We also got a guy who, parents of a child discovered their 19-year-old was involved in a shooting, and they took his ass to the police and hand delivered him.
Good.
And there's good and bad on that. I'm gonna have a little bit to say about that because I can see both ways.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. And then we have a drunk driver with a body worn camera footage, which is pretty amusing.
Yep.
He's kind of very forthcoming. We'll touch base on him.
Now, the drunk driver, he had the body camera or the cop's body camera?
Cops did, but he's
The
on
officer.
camera giving the cops
It's gonna
basically
be
saying,
good.
"Here I am." Yeah, it's good. It's good. And then there's a California man, 28. Here's the crazy sick people in the world beheads a 1-year-old son.
His 1-year-old son.
His 1-year-old son.
Yeah.
So
There are places in hell for him.
a special place in hell from him. Yeah, and I can't wait till he gets there. But first, prison. That would be
They'll
good.
probably get him in prison and make him watch us 24/7.
That would be right with his eyeballs, with that machine that keeps your eyes open, so
Yeah.
you can't even blink. He'll be like this. But before we get to all that, guys, I'm going to do a quick one here because I'm drinking an oldie but a goodie. I don't need to talk about it.
Angels
Angels
Envy.
Envy.
Speaks for
Okay.
itself.
Yep. It's about 87 proof. It's good stuff, and I enjoy it. So I'm kind of like old school. I just keep going with the same shit. I'm not really that original. But what do you guys got going on?
Go ahead,
I'm
Dog.
going with Old Faithful.
Benchmark. Old number 8.
Yep.
That's cool.
Not 7, but 8.
That's right.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you,
And what do you do?
last season, I picked up a little 4-pack of these mini bottles.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I said, well, I'm going to do one here sweet, and I forgot. And I come across them today, so I am doing the barrel cast of Courage and Conviction. It's a Virginia distillery. Guess where it's located?
Virginia.
In
Well,
the
you guys-
distillery.
Yeah. You guys must be cops. Yeah, in Virginia, and they actually distilled it, but they aged it and bottled it. So it's all from them. It is a American single malt whiskey, which is, of course, not a bourbon.
It's kind of like a Scotch, maybe.
Yeah,
American
I tell you now,
Scotch.
yeah, exactly right. Now, the difference between our single malt whiskey and Scotch, we can't call it Scotch in the United States. Only Scotch can call their whiskey
Right.
Scotch.
Yep.
Is that they use old bourbon barrels, from the United States.
Mm-hmm.
and that's normally why their whiskey is so much lighter. And I'm assuming we've done the same thing here because look how light that is for a 4-year-old whiskey.
Yeah.
Looks like a 6 months mature whiskey.
Go a little bit to your right, slow. A little bit to your right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying where
right there.
Yeah.
I got to the light where I can see it.
Looks like a urine sample.
Yeah.
It will be after a while.
Sorry. Yeah, it will be actually after a while. Yeah. Hey, it goes down the same way it comes out. That's okay. You know?
Let me ask you this: when we're talking about whiskeys, different spellings in whiskeys: WHISKY and WHISKEY. The difference is, do y'all know the difference?
No, I don't know the difference.
I know one difference is every time I leave out the E, Hound Dog texts me, "Hey, you didn't put the E in the."
Yeah, true.
We're doing the description of the podcast.
That was it. Nothing else. But, no, WHISKY is a traditional spelling where they spell it like that in Scotland and Ireland and also Japan. And WHISKEY is the way the United States spells it. Oh, now, there's one distillery in the United States that spells it the old school way. Y'all care to take a stab at which one that is?
Is that the Buffalo Trace one?
Nope.
No.
You know, I don't know that one there, Hound Dog. You got me.
Maker's Mark.
Oh,
Maker's Mark spells it WHISKY.
Maker's
Really?
Mark.
Yep.
Is that an American original company?
Yes, it is.
And they still spell it
they spell it the traditional way. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know, Maker's Mark used to be a gut whiskey, and then when the actual owner and stuff died, his son took it over, and he wanted to make it a more palatable whiskey.
What's a gut whiskey?
So
nasty.
Bottom shelf, nasty stuff buckling.
Oh, okay.
So he got with his wife, and they started taking all these different grains and making bread in the kitchen until he found the grain mixture he liked the taste of bread of, and that's when they started putting that into their distill.
See,
in today's whiskey.
I got it right there.
Right
yeah.
there.
Yep.
WHISKY.
Why? Yep.
Opposed to the old Raleigh.
EY. Yep.
Well, okay, let me back up here. Guess what? Look at this one here too, Hound Dog.
Yep.
The one I'm drinking tonight.
It's a KY.
Oh, it's KY. Okay.
Yeah.
That's,
I
I didn't realize that.
I didn't recognize till you just said now. And then the next couple of weeks, I got these two here we're going to do, unless I just want to finish them up tonight.
Okay. Well, I stand corrected.
Well, I didn't know either till you said that, and I just started looking here.
Yeah.
Well, it's Virginia, though, so everything's done differently in Virginia. And it's made with Blue Ridge Mountain water.
Oh,
the one you drinking tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. How is it? What do you rate it on the old palate there?
It's certainly a single malt whiskey, which is 100% barley grain bill.
Right.
Yeah, it tastes like a weak Scotch. I'm not a Scotch guy. It's not a daily drinker. Got to give it a 3 on a scale of 1 to 10. 7 daily drinker.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not going to stop me from drinking it.
No, not at all.
Well,
you might even subtract a point because it's not a bourbon. That's all. So make it a 2.
There you go. I like that.
How dare you?
I like that.
Yeah, and they don't know how to spell whiskey, so there.
Yeah, they spell the old Europe way. What the hell's the matter with them? Yeah, it's American bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, now I'm going to try these other two. That one, I have to leave a little bit out. Remember, we always put an ounce or ounce and a half in our infinity bottle.
Right.
So really, these little bottles don't leave much of a pour then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. So where are you going to get started at tonight?
I guess we'll start with some of these damn crazy people. This guy trying to get into the Capitol. What do you think? You want to hear about it?
Yeah. That's what these give me. Why in the hell do you think you can get in there carrying that crap?
And that's the thing. First, let me just preface it by saying he tried to get into the Capitol with a machete and 3 knives in a bag. And you would think like, okay, he's going to try to sneak in somewhere, like he's going to try to sneak in a door or something. No. Came right through, put his shit up on the conveyor belt to go through the machine. And, of course, they see it. They flag it. And they arrest him at the door. Yeah.
Can you imagine being the guy that actually sees that in the X-ray machine?
Yeah, because you're like, dude, you're thinking like, every day this happens and no one comes through this stupid or this crazy. And all of a sudden you see like, it's like seeing like an Uzi. All of a sudden you go, holy shit.
Yeah, you're like, really, dude? Come on.
Yeah.
He brought a damn machete to the Capitol.
A machete. Yeah.
It's okay. It's not sharp.
Yeah. Unbelievable. So they hooked him up, of course, because it's illegal to do that. right?
Yeah.
It's a no-no. And it was the day. It wasn't just any old day. It was the day when Trump was coming to
January
talk to the
6th.
Congress.
January 6th.
Yep. But he was coming also to have that meeting with the Congress,
Yeah.
right? About passing bills and stuff in day one of his administration. So the big thing now is, one, as you guys know, is he crazy or does he have a motive? You know, did he have something in mind?
Yeah, did he know he's going to get caught and he just wanted publicity and wanted to go to jail? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Or was he wanting to hurt somebody in particular, maybe the new president? Because why would he pick this day knowing that the president was going to be there, you know? So now they're they're going to interview him. They're going to try to find out about him.
How do you not know? Yeah, you're not going to get caught.
No. What were you saying, Hound Dog?
I'm looking to see if they actually named the guy, but I don't see it in this article anywhere.
Let me check real quick. I got it pulled up here. I thought he said 44-year-old.
It may have, but I can't find it.
While you guys looking that up, I have now opened up the Courage and Conviction American Single Malt Whiskey Finish in the Sherry Cask. So I'll probably finish these 3 up tonight.
Okay, there you go. Perfect. Okay, so the police arrested 44-year-old Mel J. Horne, Horne, of Washington, D.C., before securing the machete. 44-year-old guy. They said he had 3 knives in the bag along with his machete. The whole operation of checking people in was stopped for over an hour because this was a big deal. This is a security breach, right? Not a breach. He didn't get in, but it was an attempted breach. Right. So now, does he have accomplices? Is there people coming behind him? Is he a distraction? Mm-hmm. They have to stop everything, folks, and they just got to really, try to figure it out. And because
that's a good idea about being a distraction, pull everybody's attention.
Yeah.
Pull security for him, right? They take him upstairs, and there's just one joker looking at machines, and maybe somebody slips something in, that the guy can't see, like around the machine or something. Anyway, so it was held up for a while, and now their goal is to interview him, and there's been no updates as of yet. Their goal is to interview him and see what his motive was and or if he's working alone, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So odds are, in my opinion, guys, I don't think he picked this day just willy-nilly. I think he was going there with the machete. Then again, if you're going to go with a machete and 3 knives, why not just go in with a pistol?
I think
he's
just
a
nut job. He's just a nut job, I think.
Yeah. I think he's nut.
Yep.
Yeah. Because, if you would have had some of these guns, these real light guns, they make an all-plastic gun yet? Like an all...
Oh yeah, you can
without a metal upper. Like, do they make them?
You can do a 3D gun, from the 3D printer.
It's like the guy that killed the healthcare CEO.
Yeah, you're talking about the one they make on the printer. So somebody probably could get that in past the metal detector.
Yeah, but it's got to be empty because the shells are going to be. It's going to pick up.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's just true too. So I'm not sure what he was thinking and why he picked that. Who knows? But he got caught lickety split because he basically handed himself to him on a fucking platter. Yeah. An idiot.
And what if he done it on purpose? There was just a little sidebar. There was an old fella had cancer, couldn't afford his medication.
Right.
He goes in, robs a bank of $1, and then goes out, sits outside, and waits for the cops to pull up.
Yeah,
because he knew he'd go to prison, and he'd get his medication for free.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's true. Well,
I remember that.
That's a good segue into a little thing. I've had people say when I was on the street, "Hey, Farley, I need to go to jail." I'm like, "Go to fuck on." Hey, no, I need to go. Dude, I go, "Why do you want to go to jail?" He goes, "Well, my tooth is killing me." I said, "So what good is jail going to do? Your tooth hurts." Because they'll send me to the dentist and I'll get it worked on for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. So they would go to jail to get, when you're sick and you live on the street and you need health care, you go to jail.
Yeah.
And you get free health care.
I tell you, we talked about this on another podcast, and this wasn't even our pre-podcast meeting to do this, but, Travis Britton and I were partners at the time, and, Travis Britton ended up being chief of police after we retired.
Yeah.
Right.
But he and I are partners, and this homeless girl named Sissy wanted to go to jail. She was hungry. She was cold. She said, "Convert, I want to go to jail." I said, "Sissy, no way to take you to jail." I said, "What can I do?" I said, "I'll tell you what." Pointed over at Travis, who wasn't paying attention, said, "Kiss him in the mouth." I said, "I'm sure you'll go." And she tried her best, and she almost succeeded, but she didn't end up going to jail.
Damn.
I told Travis afterwards about what I told her. He cussed me the whole day.
You tried to
she kissed me. She said
to get.
more. Yeah, she's prostitute too. So he said she has more wieners, and then she tried to kiss me.
Yeah, you tried to get Travis assaulted.
Oh yeah, well, she went to jail. He took her to jail.
Oh, that's fun.
And I didn't have to do no paperwork.
Even better. Even better.
Someone could say you would set her up, man.
Yeah, well, set him up. Yeah, she got what she wanted.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't understand. But there's people like that all the time. So that wasn't really well planned. And but I have a feeling he's either crazy or he would want to try to hurt. But just not.
So how long ago was this? This is first I'm hearing about it.
This was last week.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, with the 6th, right?
Yeah, January 6th.
January
the
6th.
The day that they
So
had to certify.
The day he was certified in Congress,
Yeah.
Trump had a meeting with Congress after they certified him
Right.
as the president, and he went back and was talking to the Republican Party about passing bills and keeping people together on votes because they suck at that, stuff like that. So everybody was there.
Well,
the entire so hang on a second. The entire Congress was there too, though.
Yeah.
The Senate was there at least, and I'm sure a lot of the House people plus the president. So there was a lot of targets in there.
And this
So
is
with
at 2
Trump-
p.m. This happened at 2 p.m.
Yeah, so with Trump talking about all the transparency is going to take place, I'm sure we'll actually hear the outcome of this.
Yeah, he said. Oh yeah, he said day one he's going to tell us too what the hell the drones are about. He says the government knows about it, they're just not telling you. I'll tell
Well,
you.
I think they're government drones.
Yeah, I think they
Oh,
are. too.
absolutely. But the government just won't tell us that. They're all drones. I'd be like, okay, cool. People
Do we
can
not talk about
stand
that?
down
Why we thought
and
that?
can
Why they
relax.
think that what I heard it was?
What'd you say? Yeah.
And not to scare the public, but I was told through law enforcement sources that it was some type of nuclear weapon has made its way across the southern border.
Or material. Yep, I
Yeah,
heard that.
material, and they're trying to locate that.
Right, I heard that too.
Yeah.
I also heard there's 2 more that came out since then. They were testing propulsion, some kind of propulsion technology with the drones, and they were testing that. So I don't know what that
Yeah,
means.
if
That's
all they
just
get
what
is
I heard.
just feed it Mexican food, have all the propulsion it needs.
yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, Trump says they know what it is. There's no reason to keep it from the public. It keeps them from trusting us. I will tell you day one. It's not like it's national security. So I'm like, okay. So maybe it's not nuclear material, dude.
I hope it's not.
Yeah, hope it's not either.
Yeah.
Another reason to live in a small county, in a small town, a small county outside the mountain. Nobody wants to come up here and kill people.
Well, there you go. Yeah, that's true. But then again, you got real freaking UFOs up there
And big feet.
abducting you and doing some scans of your butthole and then sending you back.
Well,
and then
I
you're
keep hearing these, and I hang outside all night long. It never happened.
Not that you know of. You might have been roofied. They might have roofied you beforehand. They gave you the old roofie
Gets a little
drug.
lonely up here in the mountains, man.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
come on, where you at there?
Yeah, that little green guy's been all up and down your ass, bro. You just don't remember it.
High fiving over my back.
Yeah,
little high five like this.
yeah, doing the Vulcan thing.
Yeah.
Live long and prosper. You know.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh man. All right.
What's Vulcan for? Yeah, baby.
Exactly. What's Vulcan for? Woohoo!
Yeah.
So, all right, moving on. Good
Moving
with that?
on.
All
Yep.
right. So this is the one that kind of.
Wait a minute. I wonder why I woke up one day with a little thing says, "You maybe need to shower." I don't know what that meant.
right.
Now I know.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Or a little sticker done. You know. put
And
on
I was
the forehead,
craving
you know.
pickles. Little,
Yeah, I bet.
little green
Oh, you-
pickles. I don't know why.
I think you had a few pickles before. I don't know if you need one. All right. Anyway, let's move on. This is getting into the gutter. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
like that doesn't happen on this show.
Yeah, that never happens on this show.
We live there. That's our domain. So anyway, the second story to touch on, which is a good one, is and this is for the parents out there as well as for us dudes on the show because we're all parents. You discover your teen son has committed a crime. In this case, it's a shooting into an occupied dwelling, is what we would say, meaning
Yes.
he shot into a house and he struck
No
somebody
one,
inside.
knowing that someone's in there.
Right, knowing that someone's in there, and he struck somebody in the house, upper leg, it had to be tourniqueted, close. It could have been a fatality. No one died though, but the parents found out about it. Warrants were issued. Parents found out about it and turned him in to the police. That's pretty much the gist of the story. I guess the thing that, as a parent, I'm wondering, like, so I get it. If my son does something like that, I get it. But I'm not just so sure I'd turn him over to the police. I think I'd go there maybe with him and an attorney and turn him over. You know what I'm saying? Just so he had some defense and some protection. Not just turn him over so he can be.
Well, we don't know that
interrogate-
that they didn't do that, do we? It
No,
I
we
don't
don't
think it
know.
said.
We don't know that, but it didn't say that. But
didn't
we
say
don't
it.
know that.
Right.
I wonder what the reasoning is to teach your son, you're responsible for your
Well,
actions.
it's the parent knows the difference between right and wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I understand, and there were warrant issues. And the other big thing though, which I agree with, is turning him in is better than the cops having to come look for him, and a chance of him being in a car and running, or this and getting hurt, or getting shot, or getting killed. Yeah. So maybe the parents did it for one thing. One, there's a warrant out for him. He's going to get caught eventually. Two, they don't want him to get hurt, so let's just get in front of this. It looks good in front of the court. Hey, he turned himself in after he did this. Blah, blah, blah.
Another thought too is, I have a first cousin who's number one scumbag. And the thing about it is, our grandma basically raised him, and she was glad when he's in jail because she knows he's safe, she knows he's getting fed, and she was content when he's actually locked up because she knows she's been taken care of.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the jail could be better than the street for a lot of people because unless you can take care of yourself, the street could be pretty damaging.
You get free dental.
Yeah. Free everything. free everything. Power, dental, phone.
Well, I'm not sure the aliens can come see you.
Oh, I'm sure they can. If they get through your house,
visitor day.
They got that technology. They'll just take you out and put you back. Star Trek style. Beam me
up, Scotty.
Exactly. Well, this kid was 19 years old. His name was Philip Andrew McDonald. Accused of firing shots into a home in Valdesto. I guess is that California? That's Georgia.
Yes, California.
Sorry, Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia.
The other one's California.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like California.
Yeah. So they found, again, officers arrived on scene. They found a 20-year-old with a hole in the upper leg. They put a tourniquet on. Probably saved his life, according to the article. They said that the 19-year-old we're talking about in this story was with another 19-year-old, and they were both being sought for the crime at the house. FBI, open up! Yeah, they saved him the trouble of hearing that shit. So, and he was charged with multiple things. It was a felony aggravated assault, felony aggravated battery, felony criminal damage to property, and felony possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. So this kid's felonied up. Even if they drop 2 or 3 of them, he's gonna get a felony.
Any idea what his prior history is?
It doesn't say anything about prior history.
Didn't say that.
Yeah. Yep. They say his parents brought him to the police department January 3rd and presented him to detectives. Here you go. So they kind of got balls for doing that, and I kind of respect them. But I just hope they know that he's entitled to a defense, just like all these other scumbags out here. Maybe he just got caught up in. So I don't know the details. I don't know if he's a regular scumbag or if he's just one of these kids. Maybe was just caught up in a gang thing. I don't know. Who knows?
He went to that particular house, and shot it up. So he knew something.
Yeah,
he knew something. There was,
and too, as us being prior detectives, who hasn't called some of the mom and dad said, "Listen, little Junior's got a warrant on him. You want to bring him in so we talk to him because we don't."
We've done that a lot.
Oh yeah.
Do you know where he is? Because he's got a warrant. We don't want to hurt him. It says here the shooting is believed to be the result of an altercation, in quotes, between McDonald and the people in the home. So it could be that he's just thugged out and that's how he settles things. I don't know. Maybe he's done this before. Who knows?
Or they beat shit out of him. They beat shit out of him before, and he just had all he can stand.
Yeah,
you never know.
Whatever. Who knows?
You never know.
Who knows? Want to get street cred?
Where was that, Hound Dog? We had a gang shooting in one of the projects down off. Was it Hudson or I can't remember? And they ended up killing like a 3-year-old kid inside the house, inside one of the apartments. And can you remember that?
Yeah.
Which project was that? It wasn't Southside. What was it?
Was it Camelot?
Camelot. Ding.
Camelot Apartments. I don't
Camelot.
know what it is now.
Yeah.
Camelot. All right.
Yeah, and they killed like a little kid in a crib inside the house. Trying to shoot the gangbangers out front.
Oh, we've had a lot of it. Yeah, we've had people killed and innocent people killed in homes when they're going after a guy.
Oh yeah.
One kid was sleeping upstairs and they shot the whole downstairs up and would they kill his sister? And he's up in bed sleeping. But the guy upstairs, the intended victim, was a piece of shit, gangbanger, who's done this before. So like it was a retaliation thing.
Yeah.
So he's actually, he could actually charge him with the crime because he's the one who brought that shit to the house.
Yeah, exactly right.
His activities.
Well, once you turn that projectile loose, there's other than a canine, there's no calling it back.
Yeah, you can't call it back.
No, a bullet has no brains. No, wherever you point it, it's going to go, and you can't get it back once you send it. So you're responsible. Yep.
Well, I tell you, you don't know. We had, I know we're getting off track, but we had one of our officers, great officers, and he's out on a task force. They're serving a warrant, and I don't know how some gun got fired inside the house, and this officer, they're inside the garage, and when that fire went off, that showed off the female officer uniform officer out in the driveway, unloaded, and shot the shit out of our officer.
Damn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah, got shot for friendly fire. And it ended his career.
He lived, but it ended his career.
Oh, yeah, Lindy, it's just screwed his elbow and everything up to the point he couldn't be a cop anymore.
Holy
Dang.
shit. That is terrible.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so as a parent, I guess I can see both sides of it. Yeah, I couldn't hide him. That's one. You're not going to hide the kid.
Yeah, it was in Charlotte, by the way, right there where it
was
happened. Yeah.
Oh, was it? Yeah. You got to get the warrant off of him. So at some point, you got to turn him in and get that taken care of. But I just should make sure that I already called an attorney and maybe had something set up.
Right.
You know,
I'm telling you, I'm sure the three of us. And I would never, if I had an issue that is about me, I'd never shut the police up without a lawyer.
No, I wouldn't either.
Nope.
Sure would.
Hell, I barely wanted to talk to him when they pulled me in IA. I was like, "Can I have an attorney in this month?" No, Farley, you can't have an attorney. This is nothing criminal.
Yeah, you get an eye. We need to talk to you. We need to talk about you. You want to go ahead and talk to us about it? No, you tell me what it is.
No. Yeah,
I know what I know.
I
don't know what you know.
You're not getting me on that one.
Yeah, no freebies here, brother.
I think all of our automatic responses is, "Hey, you want to talk to us about this?" We're no.
Yeah.
And then they have to bring something. Okay, well now I will. But originally it's just a no. It's just a no. Yeah, they knew me and I.
Yeah, and telling the general public needs to know us going to internal affairs. We have zero rights. We cannot plead the fifth. We cannot not talk to them.
Right. And you cannot lie if you get caught in a lie.
Oh, yeah, that'll get you fired quicker than whatever the offense may be. Whatever you've been.
Internal affairs is like Russia.
Oh,
you get pulled in, you can't say, you have to talk. You have to say what, or they could almost tie you up, hang you, and beat you with a rubber hose.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's how.
Now, the good thing,
no
not
rights.
the three of us know this at this level. We just know it is. But but whatever you release in internal affairs can't be picked up by the criminal end of it if it's that bad.
Right. Yep.
IA can use the criminal end of it, but the criminal end of it can't use IE stuff.
Right. It can't be the other way.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, you know an awful lot about IA, Slow. What the hell's up with you?
Oh.
They hear Dopey tell it, man. I had a file cabinet just with my name on it.
I don't think
with mine on it. Yeah.
that's
Hey,
not
I
too
told
far.
you.
Far
Hey,
from
I've
the
said this
truth.
on several podcasts. Sergeant Lovato in internal affairs at the time. He, I made sergeant. I'm down in my office one day, and he's already retired, and he would shuffle cars back and forth to the garage, or cars to get them worked on. He stuck his head inside my office one day. He says, "Hey, Coward." I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "You're welcome." He used to be the internal affairs sergeant. I said, "What for?" He says, "You got a job, don't you?"
Yep.
I said, "Oh, thank you, sir."
Saved your job.
I can see.
I think he was internal affairs when we went through rookie school, was he not?
No, it was not.
Was he not?
No, we had Parham and Parlier.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Damn, good memory.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, we
I got something to fix that memory.
No. I'm sorry, it wasn't Parham and Parlier. It was Michaels and Michelak.
It was Michaels.
Michaels and Michelak.
We're in orientation week, and every division comes in and talks to the new rookies. Mm-hmm. We're all in uniform. Larry Crisp, who used to be on this podcast, was wearing white socks.
Oh,
And
Lord,
Michaels
yeah.
crawled his ass up and down over those white socks. I remember like it's
remember that.
yesterday.
Yep.
but dude, I got to admit that does look terrible.
Oh,
It
I
does.
agree.
It
But we're new. We don't know. We're brand new.
We have no clue.
It looks fucking terrible.
We're 21 years old.
Yeah.
Don't
But you
know
think
the
after
clue.
being through the academy and having to do hut and all this other shit, you probably wouldn't wear white socks in the academy. I don't think because
Let me tell you what we wore at Academy. It was
fucking-
terrible. We're the only. I
God,
think
it
we're
was
the
awful.
only group that wore it. We wore
This is terrible.
baby blue, a little darker than baby blue jumpsuits.
Yep.
We look like janitors.
Really.
I swear that's
One-piece
jumpsuits
jumpsuits.
with a police patch on the side.
Yeah.
Now ours
yeah.
was mine back in '90. Well, I went through two academies, but the CMPD one was it was a dark blue pants and shirt with police cadet or whatever on the side of it, so it was pretty squared away. But our PT gear, total gayness. It's those little silky fucking running shorts, that the long distance runners wear.
Like they're made for girls.
Yes, but they put them on guys. Oh, dude, everybody's twigs and berries hanging out. It's just ridiculous, dude. It looked terrible. And we had and they gave us a light gray shirt So the second you start sweating and they make you do sit-ups in a fucking mud puddle, you're done. Like you look like look like a homeless cadet every time you're out there running around. There's nothing good about it. Oh my God! And the
check
shorts
this out.
are just terrible.
Check us out, Rod. With our blue jumpsuits, look like janitors. Guess what our footwear was?
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
Patent leather shoes.
the shiny
Patent
ones.
leather- the
Yeah,
shiny
the
ones.
shiny.
Shiny patent leather shoes.
Look like well-dressed janitors.
We did.
Do you
It
think
was
they did
so
that on
terrible.
purpose to embarrass you guys?
They
You
had
know,
to.
to break you down or something?
I think they didn't want us picking up any chicks there at Gaston College because it
that-
worked.
that would
Nobody paid
stop
us-
it.
No one paid us any attention. They kept wanting us to clean up crap. Hey, we
they
got a
keep
spill over
handing
here.
you a
Could you get it
broom.
for us?
Yeah, I got a spill in here. Can you come get
Yeah.
this, buddy? Hey, I'm a
And,
cadet.
and,
What are you
and when I retired slow, I turned in both of my jumpsuits that I had.
Would have been
that
funny if you
issued.
tried to put them things on once you retired.
No, there was no way in hell that was going to happen. I looked like a fat guy in a little coat for sure.
Oh, like Chris Farley on
Yeah.
Tommy Boy, fat
Yeah.
guy. He tears at him. That was funny. That was good stuff. Yeah, those shorts, man. That's all I remember about it. Yeah. And they say, do you want them? You know, the people like, you want to take? Nah, I threw them straight out in the trash. The only thing I kept was my sweats. The sweats were okay. We had a sweatsuit outfit, you know, with the Charlotte Police Academy and all that. But those shorts, man, I don't know why they do that. They should
I'll tell you.
put a little bit of length on them too, especially even for the girls. You know, a little bit of length on them, man. Because when you're doing sit-ups and you got your legs all sorts of ways, you know, you could be, you know, it gets a little
Yeah.
bit. Ugh, you know,
Well, I'll tell you, the only thing I didn't turn in, I took it with me. Now, I'm trying to think who it was. It was in property at the time. I kept my 1986 issued wooden baton.
Oh, did
Still
you?
got that. Yeah, I still had that.
Do you guys have opportunities to purchase your weapons back when you're done when they change guns?
Oh, yeah. yeah.
Did you guys do that or no? Did you just let
Yeah,
them?
yeah. Oh, not all of them, but a couple of them I did.
Okay, because I think I went through 4 or 5 and I've got them all. I don't
really,
know.
only-
I thought,
Only have the issued revolver. The first one we had. That's the only one I kept. I've got that.
That's the only one that I could not get because somebody went over and told them that they were me, and they sold them my
Well, everybody
gun.
wants to be you, so I can see
oh
that.
wow, that's some low shit.
Yeah, pretty low
Like
shit. It was
Another cop said that?
it was
Holy shit.
a supervisor.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I didn't get that one, but I got a couple more that I had.
Yeah. I figured it would be nice for a shadow box someday, you know, just a different.
Oh, yeah.
you know, some shit.
Yeah, I've got that, and of course the one that you get when you retire, they give you your weapon.
All right.
Yeah, that one I got. Yeah.
Now, did I tell you the story about that? I may have told it on a podcast prior, but anyway, 6 months before I retired, we go from the H&K 45s to the Smith & Wesson MP 45s.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to the range master. Says, "You really want me to qualify for this? Because I retire 6 months." He said, "Don't you retire with the new gun?" I said, "Sure." So I put 50 rounds through it during the day, 50 rounds during the night. So I got a gun that's got 100 rounds through it.
Same.
Fast
same
forward,
Here.
fast forward to the time I retire, they give you your weapon, and you have to have 1 month of separation once you retire from the city of Gastonia for you to come back as a reserve officer. So I come back as a reserve officer, and I talked to the sergeant over the quartermaster, and I said, "Hey, brother," I said, "I'm gonna need a weapon." He says, "You got one you retired with?" I said, "Yeah, I'm coming back as a reserve officer, but I need something I can carry on the street because if I shoot somebody, they're gonna take my weapon." He says, "How attached are you to one you retired to?" I only put 100 rounds to it. I'm not attached at all. So you brought me a brand new one, still in the box. Is here. This is your retirement gun. The one I switched it out. The one that you retired with, that's not our weapon. You carry that as a reserve officer. So I got a brand new gun, never shot.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
pretty
45
nice,
Smith
huh?
& Wesson
It is nice.
MP5.
Yeah, mine's got 100 rounds put through it from qualifying in January and retiring in May. So
We carried the MP 40, not 45, 40, and I used that for 4 or 5 years. So it's got some rounds to it.
That's my favorite carry. I got a little compact 40. That's my favorite carry.
I got the shield. Yeah, I carry a shield around.
Well, we're way off topic, man.
Hey,
all right.
it's gun
okay.
stuff. This is
Oh yeah, it's
guys
it's
out
police
there-
stuff.
okay.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
man, you're getting a little soft, bro.
chill out. It's okay. It is okay.
All right. So we're done with the kid. Yeah, we all turn them in, but maybe with an attorney.
yeah.
Don't let them talk to the cops by yourselves, folks, because they can get, just being honest with you, man.
Yeah.
They can make him say things he doesn't really fucking mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't like schooling the bad guys on things, but yeah, And the thing about it is, if you like us to talk about any topic, please put it in our comments. I believe underneath our shows, and we'll talk about it, good or bad. We'll tell you like it is. We're all four retired, 120 years of policing, and we answer to nobody.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So we're not to tell you a bunch of bull crap just to please some administration, because we don't answer to anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Well, Rod and I do, because Slow's a producer and he gets on to us if we go off script.
I feel like I got a supervisor on the show.
Well, let me tell you,
I got one in the sunroom over there, but that one over there is.
That's the real supervisor. But I've always felt the very same way, and that's why I stayed in internal affairs. They kept correcting me. Well, actually, you do have to answer to people, brother. Here, it's us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Seems like you answer everybody, but boy, being retired, it's nice. It's nice. All right, next story. This one's kind of funny. Before we get to a nasty one. So, body-worn camera. Accused drunk driver tells cops, quote, "I am the DUI tonight."
Yep.
And you might say, what? He meant to say, "I'm the DD tonight."
But he was still down drunk.
"I'm the drunk guy tonight." And he was indeed drunk. So the story goes like this. He says,
that's the mission of guilt.
Yeah.
Subconsciously.
This happened in California. Accused drunk driver blurted out an inadvertent confession to the officer who pulled him over in California. "I was just dropping off my friend because I'm the DUI tonight." The male tells the officer in the body cam video.
Dropped off the DD, so.
The cop goes, "You're the DUI tonight, huh?" He goes, "Yes, sir." He goes, "Do you mean you're the DD tonight?" Referring to
not anymore.
Oh, sorry, driver replies. He was arrested by the police. He failed the sobriety test. No shit. You don't mix up "I'm the designated driver" with "I'm driving under the influence."
I'm the drunk guy.
Well, your mental content is part of that. Either you're mentally impaired or physically impaired, or both.
Yeah. Well, he was apparently struggling to maintain balance, nearly falling multiple times. After telling the cops he was the DUI tonight.
Yeah.
So, and he was
That's
right.
funny.
He ended up indeed being the
DUI.
tonight. Yeah. But he also told the officer that he drank champagne and beer for a few hours earlier. So, very forthcoming. And he was the DUI tonight. So anyway, that's just a funny. I'll
tell you a side note too. Educating the public. If you're drinking and you're driving, don't tell the cops all you had was 2.
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
That's the number one answer, that I'm drunk. Because how many? 2.
I only had 2. Yeah, but don't tell me you had 10 either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to kind of. You got to be reasonable.
But what if honestly you've had 2 drinks? Honest to God,
I would go with 1. I'd go with 1.
Well, the thing about it is don't drink and drive. And again, put it out there. The 3 or 4 of us, when we're on this podcast, we're at home. No one's living anywhere. We're well supervised. And if you say you had 3, like me tonight, there's some a third one, but I'm only drinking half of them. So I've really had 1.5 shots. These have to go in the infinity bottle.
Infinity bottle.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
But how about this? During y'all's career, have y'all ever had someone to you pull a car over for whatever reason and ask them if they have anything in the car illegal or whatever, and they say, "Oh, matter of fact, I do." Have you ever had that happen to you?
I have.
I'm trying to think. I've had them throw smoke bags out. When one of the drivers goes to the officer goes to the driver's side, the passenger wants to throw a smoke bag out, and you're on that side. They had them throw it at my feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a boo boo. Yeah.
I
have. You've had that done?
Oh yeah, I have a couple times. But what was yours, Rod? Then I'll share mine.
He said he had drugs, some small, and the way he told me, the way these people would tell me, usually what it was is, well, yes, I do, because usually I come up and I would smell something before I even said anything. They'd be like, "Officer, I'm sorry, I took a friend home, and he had some, he was smoking marijuana in the car or whatever." That's usually how it would start. I go, "So there's nothing else in the car?" "Well, yeah, there is. We just have a little," and then they would justify it by saying it's just a little bit. Here it is, and trying to be forthcoming and honest, which I appreciated. Mm-hmm. But that kind of stuff. I never had anything else. When I pressed somebody one time, he admitted he had an illegal firearm in the car, which was stolen with a shaved off serial number. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah, he really fucked himself in that one.
He did.
I do have one. Go ahead, Hound. I'll tell yours. I do have one.
And he didn't die, so I didn't kill him, so that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember if I was actually out of training, but riding with my training officer, or if I was still in training. I can't remember which one it was, but we pulled a car over, then gas only there on Veteran City Road. 10, 11 o'clock at night. Go up there and, talk to the driver and come back.
West End, baby.
Yeah, you're right. Talk
That's
to the
right.
driver. Go back and talk to my trainer. I guess he might have been a training officer at the time. And he said, could you smell anything? Because we thought he might have been drunk. I really couldn't smell anything. Could you smell like any weed or anything like that? And no, couldn't smell that either. Because I got a pretty good nose for weed because I never smoked it, and I just know for some reason I can smell it good, better than some people. But anyway, so I go back up there. I said, hey, man, you got anything illegal in the car? Yeah, man, I got a joint in the ashtray. All right. Well, let me see that joint in the ashtray. They said, yeah, right there it is. He kind of pointed over where it's at. I shone my flashlight in there. It's a joint probably about that.
Oh, chicken joint.
Yeah.
Folks, Hound Dog's showing about a damn.
Oh yeah, we
about
keep
3 inches long.
we keep forgetting about our listening side of the podcast.
We do.
Yeah,
it's about a 3.5, 4 inch long joint. And I said, all right then, man. I said, how about stepping on out? Let me get that thing. So he stepped out. I got that, and I think he had a small bag of weed somewhere in the car. But sometimes, a lot of times, if you just ask people, they'll tell you straight up. Mm-hmm. Yep, I got this in the car.
Yeah. I think also because a lot of times people feel like you're going to find it anyway, and they'd rather get in front of it.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of times that can be true too, because when it leads to probable cause or reasonable suspicion, all the guys, if you smell something, you can take those next steps. Mm-hmm. And I think they think, when you're guilty and you're getting pulled over, it can make a person very nervous and nerve-wracking, Mm-hmm. And the officer starts asking questions, and the car smells like alcohol, smells like dope, and you're like, shit, right? And then he starts asking you questions, like, it's like a deer in headlights, Unless I've had some cool customers in the past who could really lie really well, but ended up catching them anyway. But most people crack. A lot of people crack and just well, are you allowed to search my car? That type of thing. They start getting a little bit flustered, and then you calm them down and go, listen, if it's just a little bit, at least that's what I would do. If it's just
make it easy on me, make it easy on you.
Yeah. Just it's no big deal. It's not gonna be a big deal.
Well, I tell you, and I've told this on the podcast as well in the past, but I'm on bike patrol. Community policing, you wear a lot of hats, and one of those hats where you get to ride the bicycle and go downtown and do bike patrol. Mm-hmm. It's during the day, and if you're not familiar with Gastonia, road tracks cuts down behind downtown. And as it gets further west, it sets up on like almost a 2-story pedestal, just built up by ground. And you can see it pretty easily. And the two guys, you can tell they're passing a joint, sitting there on the road tracks, passing a joint, and their backs to me. So I pedal on my little bicycle up there and get off and walk over there to them. And they're just talking away and enjoying themselves, enjoying that joint. And I'm just standing there and just being quiet. The guy looks over at me and goes, how you doing, officer? You on a hit?
Yeah, he was cold.
As cool as they could be. I said, well, I tell you what, stomp that thing out and get out of here.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was going to ask you. You probably laughed and went, okay.
Oh yeah,
stomp that.
He said, hey, we're he said his eyes. Well, we're buzzing. Would you like, officer? Would you like a hit?
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah. You know what's got me, and I'll touch base and just we'll go on. There's lots of times when I would do something like that, and just throw something in the excuse me guys, my phone ringer's on. Throw something in the sewer. Just I don't worry about it, just throw it in the sewer and go on.
Mm-hmm. All right.
9 times out of 10, that's all good, But this one time, this guy wanted to report me to my sergeant for doing just that for him. Yeah. I said, so let me get this straight. You want to talk to my sergeant about me throwing your joint in the sewer to get me in trouble when I just gave you a break?
Yeah.
By doing it was amazing to me.
And these things are officers' discretion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the small stuff is officers' discretion.
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Technically, I'm supposed to turn it in as found property or whatever, Technically, this little thing, and I'm talking about a roach. If back in the day anybody smoked marijuana, the end of a marijuana cigarette is usually called a roach. What's remaining, it's just a little thing. Just throw it in the sewer instead of having to go to property control, be out of service for 20, 30 minutes.
Probably got simple possession.
Yeah. And then you have to destroy it later anyway. Later on, it goes into garbage anyway. And it's not for a court case because I'm turning it in as found property. So it's not for a case. It's not evidence. It's nothing. So guess where it goes? In the fucking sewer. And I can say that now because I ain't working no more. But that's
who hasn't done that?
Yeah,
I think most people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's efficient. It's efficient and it's easy and it's the way to go. And most people appreciate it and thank you, but this guy was like, "Yeah, you just threw evidence down. I said, "Fuck you, get the fuck out of here." I said, "Go ahead, knock yourself out." He never did, but I mean, just
get in friggin' line, brother.
Yeah, yeah. And he lives in that neighborhood, so he knew he was going to see me again. I was like, "We'll see each other again." And
Yeah.
we did several times.
Yeah,
So
you don't get a break next
he
time,
gave
brother.
Up. Oh no, he got the full hammer, man. Oh yeah, no sir.
Yeah.
What is another side note? I know we're getting off topic again, but what is the craziest thing you had to put in property that you just had to? You couldn't just ignore it. You couldn't just.
I got it. It was a 12-inch purple dildo.
That's the story behind that. Let's hear it.
It was used to assault.
I'm sure it
One
was.
girl used it to assault another girl. No joke.
Okay.
One girl, they had a fight. They're in a lesbian relationship. They had a
Like
fight.
that'd be a pain in the ass.
It was a pain in the side of her head, on top of her head. Yeah, over her head. She had knots in her damn head. Yeah, it was a big, large. I would say, listen, if I took that out in the yard and Hound Dog threw a baseball to me, I could probably hit it.
We stopped this convertible.
Going.
It's deep. It's going.
Stop now. I can't remember why we're searching.
What's he using? A Louisville Slugger? Nope. A purple dildo.
We stopped the car on 321 one time. I can't remember why we stopped. We were searching this convertible. Why convertible? My picture in my mind, and looking there underneath the driver's seat, it's a man and woman, and they're sitting there and looking at the driver's seat, and that's what I found there. I pulled us a couple and pulled them out. And she just kind of smiles. And says, "We're on vacation." Okay.
Standard equipment for vacation, I guess.
So you tagged that in the property?
No, there's nothing illegal about it.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Yeah, that was part of it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts. How many times have you done that, guys? You've been on a domestic violence call, especially with females, lesbian relationships. And I've had another one where you ask, someone has to leave, right? Because there's an assault and you give them a choice, someone has to leave. It never fails. The one who's leaving always grabs a couple of dildos before they leave and throws them in the bag. They do. And then the other one will say, "No, that's mine. No, that's mine." I mean, there's
only half of it.
There's a favorite in the house, too. One of them is the favorite of both. It's like a child. You can't cut the thing in half, right? What was that old Bible guy?
You're not taking Big Jake, are you? Don't take Big Jake.
There was a Bible verse where they said, King somebody said recommended cutting a child in half or something, and you can't do that, obviously. The same thing with you can't do. One person gets it, or it doesn't do any good when it's cut in half, right? At least to them it doesn't. But they're always fighting over things that mean nothing. And it's sexual equipment apparently is very important in some people's world.
Well, I'll tell you, the crazy thing I had to, most aggravating thing was an egg timer. The little white egg timer you turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, down off of, I'm trying to think of the name of the road, Red Bud. It was a lady found in her front yard, scared to death. It was part of a bomb or a bomb.
An egg timer.
Yeah, an egg timer. She's just so upset about it and so, when we take possession of this thing that, I knew I just can't take it, throw it in the trash because I know what's going to happen. She'll call Monday morning and want to know what's happening with that thing.
What happened to that egg timer? Yeah.
So I had to tag an egg timer.
Oh, there you go.
As a matter of fact, the evidence officer called me. Well, no, what the hell is this about?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, because they're trying to get rid of property, and you're bringing
they don't want you putting stupid stuff in there like that.
Yeah.
But if you don't, and she calls, and you threw away something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How about you, Hound Dog? Anything good?
Yeah, well, I worked 11 years in vice narcotics, so, I had to tag a lot of stuff over those 11 years. So, I think one of the worst things, like weirdest, strangest things I had to tag was we had a captain that worked in narcotics with us. He was our boss, and he was sending us agents in undercover capacity to go to the adult bookstores. Every week, we'd have to go to the adult bookstores.
You walk across the floor, your feet would just be sticking to the floor.
Yeah, it was awful. It was nasty. He said, go in there and get the nastiest, raunchiest thing you can find and bring it back.
You brought back your partner?
Yeah.
You brought back slow?
Yeah. But I guess some kind of bestiality video, I guess, was one of the worst things that I had to bring back.
Wow, yeah.
And we had to, I don't know why, but this particular captain liked getting in his office and watching our evidence. from time
The
to time.
same captain, when every time you arrest a prostitute, would take in his office, shut the door, and he's behind the doors. He'd say he's trying to save their soul. And what happened behind the doors and what he's trying to talk to them, I don't know. But he keeps saying, "I'm trying to save her soul."
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the Bible thumper like he was, I guess he still is. They all got weird things in the closet.
And the great thing about being retired, if you listen to this podcast, we don't care.
Yeah. I hope you do.
If you're on this podcast,
you're a
sir,
piece of
please subscribe and like. And
Yeah.
all right, guys, we're 50 minutes into this podcast. So we got some other topics you want to cover?
Yeah,
we got one more bad one.
I guess bad one. We'll end on a bad note, but
No, we can't do that.
So this guy right here, let's see if you can see him.
Yeah, got it.
That guy right there. I'm showing a picture for people online. He lives in Sacramento, California, and he beheaded his 1-year-old boy just days before Christmas, according to authorities. So apparently, he had a domestic assault, a domestic abuse, a domestic violence case going on in the house with the mother
and
of the child and the mother-in-law, right, right, Hound Dog. And apparently, at some point, they left the house. Okay, which I don't understand. They left the house without the 1-year-old,
right.
But they left the house. I guess police responded, and then they made reference that they were afraid that something might have happened to the child, or he might do something to the child. So then police
left him with the child.
Right, Hound Dog?
Yeah, they left the child in the house
and
with
the guys with him.
Yeah.
He's the father though, so is he a good father? I don't know.
Yeah, but if you think he's going to harm the child, you take the child with you.
You would think.
Absolutely.
You would think.
Absolutely. So they tried to contact the guy, and he refused to answer the door. They said that, and I'm going to read this verbatim, quote, "A short time later, deputies learned that the 1-year-old child was inside the residence alone with Dominski," that's the guy's last name, "and that Dominski had possibly injured the child after it says after throwing him. So I guess he might have threw the child while the women were still there. Then they left, and then they're worried about what's happening to him now. He's 1-year-old, so it's a baby, guys. It's not a walking child.
How about an innocent victim?
Another reason why they didn't take the child with them when they left.
Yeah. Fearing for the child's safety, deputies forced entry into the residence because there's a sense of urgency, folks. When you think there's a child in danger, you don't need a warrant. You don't need shit. You kick a door and you go through a window. You do whatever you got to do. Mm-hmm. All bets are off. It's called exigent circumstances. Deputies forced entry into the residence and attempted to detain Dominski. He was uncooperative, became physically resistive, so they were fighting this guy now. And they took him into custody. As deputies took him into custody, they made a gruesome discovery of a severed child's head. And how do you do that? In a bedroom where Dominski was contacted and detained. So in the same room they arrested him, they look to the side there and they see the kid's head laying on the ground.
Could you not imagine the ass whooping he'd have carried if they found that kid before they took him into custody?
Oh, my God. So before killing the child, the sheriff said Dominski was involved in the domestic violence with the women. The 2 women had left the house. He allegedly used, and I never cut somebody's head off, guys, but I would think using a knife is probably one of the most gruesome ways to do it because with a knife,
hopefully the kid was dead prior to this.
Well, with a knife, you got to saw the head off.
You would hope. Yeah. You would hope.
But a quick cut off is one thing, but like to saw, I mean, come on, folks. So this is my one and only message. There's evil out there.
Oh yeah, pure evil.
And every time people want to talk shit about the police and defunding the police, you don't want to do that.
And now these cops that seen that will never not see it.
Right. It's with them for life.
All right.
Forever.
So here's my thing is, this is in California, the land of the fruit and nuts, as I like to say. California does not have a death penalty. They don't believe in it. They think everybody should live forever and ever and ever.
That's exactly right.
So in this case, this is one case that California needs to have the death penalty. You need to kill this piece of shit that killed his son by chopping his head off.
Yep.
Child molesters and people who do crime against children don't do well in prison.
Well, I hope he gets
segregated.
I hope he gets the same down treatment. I hope they chop his fucking head off.
I should hope not. Yeah,
alive.
The problem is that it makes no sense. Nobody,
you make an Hound Dog drink.
Even the most
pisses me off,
liberal-minded, non-death penalty person, you cannot tell me. You look at them and go, "You tell me this guy doesn't deserve to die after what he did to this child. Like, I don't
And there's no
understand it.
death that would be unwarranted to me.
Right.
Lethal injection is too fair of a way for that piece of crap to go.
Yeah.
Right. It also would be, it'd be so much satisfying to me if somebody would die the same way they killed.
Yeah.
Beheading, you get beheaded. Shot, you get shot. Knifed, you get knifed. That type of thing. But
I think the victim's family gets to pick how the guy dies.
Well, you know what? The victim's family is the ones that left the little boy in there to start with. They're not innocent either, in my opinion.
not
I can
heroes.
understand for everything, yeah.
Yeah, they're not heroes or victims. They should have, yeah. Because, when you become a parent, as you guys know, your children come first. So even if I'm getting my ass whooped in my house, I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to get my kid and get out of there.
Once you have a child, you realize there's something that you would kill for.
Oh, yeah.
And die for.
And die for. You're exactly right.
Yeah. And all parents are shaking their head right now. But so again, there's evil in the world, and that's personified right there. There is no reason. I don't care how mad your wife and your mother-in-law made you, or whatever happened.
A mental issue is
nothing to do.
Is not a defense for that.
Right. It has nothing to do with a 1-year-old child. You leave the boy be.
Well, I've said this several times on our podcast. If I was the sole proprietor of that, you get the death penalty. The transcript of the court would go to one appellate court, and if they say everything's fine, everything's good, right then and there, you take them out and kill them.
Yeah,
you don't go on death row for 10 years. We don't feed them
10
for 10
years.
years.
That's easy. That's short.
Yeah.
Them fuckers on
right
there
then,
for
right then
25,
and there.
30
Okay,
years.
after they're done, you let the family know, hey, we're getting ready to kill this scumbag. If you guys want to be there, last little words to him, because in 2 weeks he's dead.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like, you remember Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the guy who's part of the mastermind of the 9/11?
Yeah.
Probably. Well, they're about in Guantanamo Bay. They're about to give him put him in a new trial, give him a plea deal where he escapes the death penalty. He's been on death row since 9/11.
Yeah.
20 plus years. And now at the end of that, he's not going to get death. He's going to get life.
Oh, about 3,000 people that died during 9/11.
And that's because Biden has reduced his sentence.
Well, Biden said he left the Boston bomber on death row.
Yeah.
Remember? But he's taking Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, a terrorist, off.
Yeah.
He's allowing that to go through.
So he's choosing who
Let that
lives
sink
and
in
dies,
for
like we
everybody
talked
voted
about
for
last
Biden.
podcast.
Again, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
No.
Guys.
But this guy in California, what pissed me off, that fucker's going to live until he dies of natural causes.
True.
Till he
'Cause it would be
dies.
the death penalty.
Because he dies somehow in prison. Maybe another inmate will kill him, hopefully.
Yeah. Or
fingers crossed.
How do you know he's not going to be a model prisoner in prison and get released at some point? How do you know that?
You're
Well,
right.
You don't know
Statistically
that.
speaking,
Look who they're releasing.
child
Look who
molesters
they're-
and people that has a crime against kids do not do well in general population.
That's my only hope.
I'm hoping that he don't.
Yeah, what do you
well.
think? If I'm a life, if I've got life in prison, I know I'm not ever getting out of prison. Why not?
Yeah.
True. If you got
You're
life in prison
why
without
not?
the possibility of parole, killing people, and there's no death penalty, killing people is free.
Oh yeah.
You know what?
What you gonna do?
kill
Give,
people
give me
for free.
another life.
What you just said, Rod, life in prison without the possibility of parole. That's exactly
Or
what
patrol,
this-
either one.
Yeah, either one. That's exactly what this guy, the most severe punishment he can get, those little words, without the possibility of parole, that's the worst thing that he can get. Piece
In
of
California.
shit. Yeah,
They don't
California.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Now listen, California has inmates on death row, but they don't put anybody to death. Like there's in San Quentin, there's a death row, I believe, but they just don't put people to death.
I thought they abolished death penalty altogether.
They do, but how should I put it? They put people in the same type of holding cells, and they treat them the same way as death row
But they don't kill them.
prisoners. 23 hours out of 24, you're locked in a single cell by yourself. But there's no death penalty. But they treat them the same.
1
But they're
hour
not
out
put
for
to death.
exercise.
Right,
Okay.
1 hour. I
How
think
many,
it's 23 out of 24 hours, right? But there is no death, right? But it's like a death row atmosphere.
But it's not
Yeah,
death.
and for some of these guys, that's good because it protects them from general population,
Oh,
which is
you're right.
what we want them to be exposed to.
Yeah.
But they just sitting there and they just live their lives, and we paying what
Can you imagine
$380,000 a year?
Can you
to
imagine
keep-
though
something like-
the mental torture that is?
I love it. That's
23
great.
hours out of 24.
I'm
you're
happy. I'm
By
happy.
yourself.
Excellent.
Hopefully a 5x5 or a 5x6 cell. That'd be great. Yeah.
Man, speaking of the sales, I saw a thing on, I guess it's Facebook or something the other day. They had different cells, prison cells in different countries. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Switzerland, it looked like a freaking condo.
Oh, did it really?
It looked like a condo.
Switzerland.
I mean, it had like a nice bed, a nice desk with a window in front of the desk when you look out and see everything, see all the
You gotta have
stuff,
a window.
and a little kitchenette. Look, I mean, I was like, if I ever go to prison, I hope I go to in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it's funny you should say. We're at an hour now, but it's funny you should say that. I saw just a show on.
Hey, who's producing this show?
Yeah, I thought you were, but you didn't call it out, so I had to freaking come up. I saw something on the Syria. Assad just got kicked out of Syria. He got overthrown, and so there's a new regime, and they went to the prison, the main prison in there, and they showed the put it this way, you don't want to go to prison overseas, because those places, it looked like a big room, and there was like 50 little blankets on the ground with crap everywhere and stuff. There might have been 50 or 60 people in that one room just laying on. That's how they sleep on the floor. No beds.
Yeah.
You just sleep where you can and all that. Dude,
Yeah.
it must have been like straight up animal farm in there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Man.
the smells and the shit going on, and people. That just 50 guys having to take a shit every day in that. Could you
Where
imagine?
everybody's sitting there looking at you.
And there's no plumbing. Like I don't know what happens with. There's no toilets in there. I don't know what happened with that. But yeah, crazy, dude, crazy.
So
Anyway.
the takeaway from this is, you don't want to go to prison in Syria. You
Right.
do want to go to prison in Switzerland.
Right.
And
Right.
the sidebar is, you hear how we're talking, but seriously, I can speak on behalf of all four of us. Even though Dobie's not here, Dody Dawg. When we're in the street, we treat everybody the same. Everybody, bad guy, good guy, get all
Yeah.
the same treatment. I used to tell my guys, listen, if you got to knock somebody down once the fight's over, pick them up, brush them off.
Yeah.
It's over. It's not against you. They don't like that shield you're wearing. It's not personal against you.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. Knock them down, get control of them, and then brush them off, and it's over.
And the best part of that, what's rewarding to that, is when you go to court with them, and when they say, "Officer, I'm sorry, I was in the wrong. You did right. You did the right thing." That's happened to me a couple times.
I split a guy's eye wide open. He got 5 stitches from my kill light there, and in court he apologized.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's no hard
All right,
feelings.
guys. As the Rod Nader pointed out, we are 1 hour and 2 minutes into this show. Your last words.
Yeah, enjoyed it. Episode 2 in the books.
Yep, got one down.
Getting her done.
Get her done.
If anybody, we put out an APB for a bearded guy, Dody Dawg.
Missing in action. Week number
Missing in
2 of
action.
season 7.
Yeah, he's missing in action. One of those drones might have got his ass. I don't know.
Oh,
Week
man,
week
I
number
bet
1, he had the squirty squirts. And we understand this week he is
Squirts.
he is in transit on the way home. He's working an hour from his house.
Oh, man.
So I hope we don't have the
All
squirty
right.
squirts this week.
No, we miss him. We miss him. And,
One thing. Oh, go ahead. Y'all go ahead. I got to pull it up. Hang on a second.
I need to kill the music.
You hadn't even started yet.
Oh, it was. It's just kicking it up. I do have one little segment to say.
Shit. Sorry, guys.
See, you don't need our music. You got your own going on.
The freaking concert going on in Bourbon
really.
Badges. What the hell? I just wanna
Yeah,
show
we do
something because
apologize
it's
to our listening side. Oh. What are you holding up? I'm just trying to apologize to our listener side. What are you holding up in the front of the camera?
He's
funny.
holding
I'm
up
holding up the Bigfoot baby
the
Oh,
Bigfoot,
yeah.
baby.
just because it looks funny. All right, there you go.
Bigfoot
I don't know.
lives.
It just struck me funny. Okay. We had a whole nother podcast on that, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The side note is apologize to our listening side, which is our greatest, biggest side that we of our podcast. Is really, we're really out there on that. Is we're trying to we tell all our guests in a pre-podcast meeting, be sure when you're telling a story that you're telling a story like someone to a blind guy. You got to be really descriptive, and sometimes we forget about
And we
that.
forget all about that.
Right.
Yeah, we're looking at each other here,
Yeah.
on.
Live. We got a live feed going on when we do our podcast.
Between the three of us, so the four of us, and then it goes on YouTube. We know people can see it. We just forget about the listener side, so we apologize. We'll try to do better on that in the future.
Yep.
There you go.
And so this week's episode of The Strange and Unexplained Phenomena of the South Mountains, North Carolina, our good friend Jerry Millwood, a.k.a. Kaiser Rebel, episode number 9 is going to air January the 13th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The title to that episode is Darkwoods Stalker. Darkwoods
Darkwoods
So with that being said, what are we hearing about TikTok? Are they going to abolish it, or
It's probably going to be gone.
It's going to be banned by the 19th.
Yeah, it's going to be gone by the 19th.
we got to get old Jerry Millwood hooked up on YouTube?
Well, I talked to him about that, and he said he is all about it. I think he's researching it and getting it done. Going to get it done.
Guys, I'm not TikTok is a great thing, and I'm a fan to an extent where I know it has a lot of good stuff on it, but it is run by the Chinese over there, and it's just they collect a lot of information, guys. It's just a fact. Like it's not a conspiracy theory. It's literally this is what happens. It's in
what
Congress,
they do.
guys. Yeah, and they're saying they would love to leave it open, but it has to be in the hands of an American company or American run. It can't be run by the communist Chinese. There's a problem there because let me real quick. I know we're running over, but so they collect all this information on Slow, and they find out that Slow has a propensity for alcohol. Okay, and so somewhere down the road, they get Slow in some kind of trouble because he has a job now in the government, and they blackmail Slow into doing things for them because he has a position in the government. So all these young people on TikTok who are going to be part of the CIA, the FBI, lawyers, or the Justice Department can be blackmailed later in life with things they do now because they have the information through the TikTok app. Do you understand, folks? Yeah. It's bigger than just watching fucking videos of goofy shit. Like, there's really something here. It's in Congress. There's something going on, national security. Think about that. These kids out here making videos of themselves smoking joints or holding a gun up or whatever can be held against them later. The calls they make.
How many times have we not done that in law enforcement?
Yeah, the porn sites they go to, if they go watch this porn shit, or they do some goofy shit, it can be held against them later when they're in jobs where they have some clout, like the CIA, FBI, ATF, Justice Department. That's what this is about. Just so everybody understands. It's not, everybody likes funny videos, but TikTok is run by some bad people. That's it.
Well, it's the same thing with Temu. That website Temu, that's run by the Chinese government as well. Yeah,
and they're smart to try to get in because, listen, they're getting ahead of the curve because they're thinking 10 years ahead. 10 years down the road, these kids are going to be in the workforce.
Exactly right.
In the workforce,
Yeah, there's nothing that you can't type on your computer, your phone, text, no matter if you delete it or not, it's still out there. It's not, it don't go away. All right, man. So we get off our soapbox and
hit the music, damn it. We're running over.
Jeez.
Well, I did. Now, don't yell at me as I turned it down.
What's taking you so long?
God, you're getting old.
God. Jesus. Hey, Bourbon and Badger Podcast is in search of a new producer.
If y'all let me produce, y'all keep yelling at me. Hurts my feelings. I have feelings, darn it. All right, this has been a Studio 77 production. Remember, we drink responsibly. We know we don't drink and drive. If we drink here on the show, we don't get drunk. Well, sometimes we do, but we're at home where we belong. We're not traveling anywhere. We're not going to hurt anybody other than maybe ourselves.
And with that being
said,
some
steps.
With that being said, let's drink about it.
Yeah. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, even if you don't, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe. We need your love. If there's anything you want us to talk about, put it in the notes down below. We answer every one of them. We look at every one of them. And if there's something you want us to talk about, we'll talk about it, man. We'd like to hear back from our listeners.
What are you doing?
We are the voice of the uncommon man.
The voice! The voice! Of the uncommon people!
That's why we are. We're definitely uncommon. Guys, I enjoyed it.
Later. Have a good week.
Studio 77 production. Ding. You mean it's over? Well, shit.